Hi everyone, it's Esther here. Hope you're having an amazing day. In today's video, I'm just going to be sharing with you my daily vlog of my prolonged water fast. And as you can tell by the title, I was planning on doing the water fast for 7 days and I did have to cut it off early. So make sure you watch the whole video so that you can see why I ended up cutting this water fast short. And I'll just get right to it. Hope you enjoy. Okay everyone, so here we are at the end of day one. Actually, it's not officially the end of day one. It's around 6:18 right now. Just got home from work. Now I do want to mention that my fast officially started yesterday night at about 11:30. So I went ahead and set the timer after I had my last meal, which was around then, and I'll be tracking my progress. I set the timer on this app. It's called Zero. I'll put the link below if you want to check it out, but it's a really cool app. It's free. I just found it really helpful. A lot of my other friends that fast told me about it, but it's cool because you can set different types of intermittent fasting windows and it'll just set the timer for you, remind you when it is time to break your fast or to start fasting again. This morning I went ahead and I took some video footage of my current body right now. And then I did weigh myself this morning as well so I can see what my starting weight is. And I have my little notes here, so I'm just kind of writing everything down, journaling everything as I go. So my weight this morning was 127.8. My body fat is 18.8%. This is just based on the scale. These body fat percentages on the scales, they're not the most accurate way to measure by any means, but it's more for me to have a starting point and to see if it's going up or down. So I'm not so much concerned about the actual number being accurate. I also checked my blood sugar and my ketones so that I can see at what point I go into ketosis. My blood sugar this morning was 100 milligrams per deciliter. My ketones were at 0.2 millimolars per liter. So definitely not in ketosis yet. I wasn't expecting to be in ketosis this morning when I started because I haven't been on the ketogenic diet. I have actually been eating quite a few more carbs than normal because I had been trying to get soluble fiber into my diet for the last week. I was experiencing some constipation and the soluble fiber did help with that. Still lower carb, still a low carb diet, but I was adding quite a bit more in than I normally would. Now, as far as what I experienced today, couple things. It wasn't too bad because I'm so used to fasting during the daytime hours anyways. I intermittent fast on a daily basis, and I normally don't have my first meal until around 3 to 4 o'clock. So the day itself, it wasn't too hard. Where I did struggle, which I knew I would, is I did get tired around 1:30 p.m. and that's because I am giving up coffee during this fast. If you've watched my previous videos, you know I'm a coffee addict and I have a really hard time giving up coffee. I have yet to be successful with it. This part, it's gonna be a struggle for me for this week. The longest I've given up coffee is 20 days, so 7 days shouldn't be too bad, but that in combination with giving up eating as well, I don't know how it's gonna go. So yeah, right around 1:30 I started feeling tired, and I feel tired now as well. So I'm definitely gonna try to go to bed early tonight. As far as hunger goes, I started getting hungry right around where I normally would eat my first meal and break my fast. So right around 3:30 I think is when I really started to feel the hunger pains, and I am hungry now. I know I've watched a lot of 7-day fast vlogs, and a lot of people, they feel totally fine on day one at the end of the day, but I am definitely hungry. So many foods have crossed my mind at this point. Like, I don't even want to talk about them right now because it's gonna make me more hungry. Hopefully I'll get over it by tomorrow. I have done up to 72-hour fast And I do find that the evening of day 1 is normally the hardest for me in terms of being hungry. Usually after a good night's sleep, I feel fine in the morning. I do have a really funny taste in my mouth right now. It's kind of the taste of metal or something, and I think it reminds me of the ketogenic diet. When you're first kind of entering into ketosis, you get this weird taste in your mouth. A lot of people will call it ketone breath. So I'm not sure if it's because I'm generating ketones already, but definitely a funny taste. I think that's all the updates that I have so far. So I'm gonna go take a nice warm shower and get to bed as soon as possible. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey everyone, so it is day 2 of my water fast. I'm feeling okay. I'm a little tired. I don't have too much to update you guys on. Just got done filming a video for YouTube. That video talks about some of the benefits of fasting, why I'm doing this fast, and what I did to prepare. So I'll link that video below for you guys. It's a pretty gloomy day today in Honolulu. I'm right by my window, so here. Check out this weather. It's really awful. But let's talk about how I've been doing so far. I want to start with last night after I filmed my day 1 update. I was so tired, so I just pretty much went straight to bed, I think around 8 p.m. or so. I slept like a baby. I woke up around 4 a.m. and I stayed up for a little while, and then I went back to sleep, and I didn't wake back up till after 8 a.m. Like my body just wanted to rest. And then as far as today, I feel pretty good with my energy. I woke up and did yoga, and then I've been doing YouTube stuff all day, so I've been keeping busy. Went for a little walk in between. I feel pretty good. I do have a slight headache, and I think it's because I didn't put any salt in my water this morning, and then I just had some water with salt more towards the end of the day. Other than that, I don't have too many more updates. My ketones, I did test those out. I'm already at 1.9 millimolars per deciliter on my ketones, and my blood sugar, I think it was like 74. I'm really surprised at how quickly my ketones were able to develop. When I was testing my ketones on a ketogenic diet, they certainly didn't develop that quickly. And then I weighed in a little bit over 125 this morning. I was groggy this morning when I got up, so that's the other thing I wanted to mention. I was really groggy waking up, but once I got going, I felt better. And that's really all that I have for today. I will check in with you guys tomorrow and update you on day number 3. Hey guys, so I just got home from work. It is day 3 of my fast. Can't believe it's already day 3, and I have a lot to say about day 3. A lot of ups and downs today. So I woke up feeling really groggy, and then as I got going though, as I kind of got up and started moving, I actually felt really good. My energy levels were good. The only thing was this morning I was just craving coffee like crazy. I mean, at my dealership, a lot of people drink coffee, all of my colleagues, a lot of my customers, because we have a coffee machine. And so I'm just smelling all of this delicious coffee all over the place, and it was really getting to me, but I stuck it through. I haven't had a cup of coffee yet. I think that's the hardest part of this fast. It's not the going without food, it's the going without coffee. I know that sounds like so crazy, but I just love coffee. What can I say? Another thing I noticed this morning, I had chapped lips. They're still really chapped. They feel like rough and gross. I don't know if that's just part of my body's healing process or what, or maybe I'm a little dehydrated. I've been drinking a lot of water with salt, so I don't think I'm dehydrated. I don't feel dehydrated, but definitely super chapped there. Right around 2:30, I started to feel super hungry, and that hunger, it has not gone away yet. It is really hard. It's starting to get to me, and I'm starting to crave foods. And you know, at the dealership, everyone's eating all around me. People tend to eat at their desk because we're all in car sales. We kind of don't want to like take a 1 hour lunch because we're pretty much 100% on commission. So I see everyone's food. We have snacks in the lounge area. I mean, all sorts of temptations. I have stuck it through so far, and it's really testing my mental toughness, which I kind of enjoy testing that in some weird way. Now, right around 4:30 or so, I started to feel tired, and I still feel tired now. I kind of wonder if my body is utilizing the ketones yet, even though based on my ketone results, I'm at the level where I should be in ketosis, but my ketones did go up from yesterday, which makes me think my body's maybe still building them, but not utilizing them yet. So I checked my ketones when I got home from work. They're at 4.2 now, and my blood sugar is at, sorry, not 4.2. They're at 2.4 now, and then my blood sugar is at 58. Back to my work day, I was, feeling tired at about 4:30, and I started to feel really cold too, like my body temperature. I can tell it just dropped, and I know it was my body temperature and not my office, because my AC in my office, it's actually broken right now. My office is really hot, so it was definitely my body temperature. So I got up, I walked around the lot just to get some fresh air and some sunshine. That made me feel a little better, but I'm still tired right now. Another thing I noticed, I think it's really, really interesting how even though I'm not eating food, I can still have bowel movements. So I think, your body is just cleaning out your intestines, and I was having kind of weird bowel movements today, like kind of weird colors. At the end of the day, like around 6:30 or so, I had like runny diarrhea, and I don't remember having that on my last fast, which was a 3-day fast. I don't know why I had it this time. I don't know if it's because I'm drinking more salt water or what the deal is. And then also at the end of the day, I was kind of getting tired of the salt water, so I drink a little bit of just regular water to switch it up, and then I drink some warm water too to kind of warm up my body, and that made me feel really good. Oh, and one other thing that I noticed, I've been having body aches. This started kind of towards the end of the day as well. So like my hip area, I'm feeling like kind of achy here, and then my upper back, which I've had upper back issues from a couple years ago. I pulled something in my back. It was when I did like a morning workout, and I started doing push-ups too soon before my body was warmed up, and I pulled a muscle in my back, and it was like hurting for days, and I could barely move my neck from side to side. And so I noticed those pains are kind of starting to come back, but I'm gonna monitor those and keep you posted. But that's pretty much it. And here's kind of like what my body's looking like right now. I'm probably gonna go do just a light yoga session because I really want to get to bed soon since I'm feeling tired. I heard that day 4 is when a lot of people start to feel energetic, so I hope that's the case for me, but we'll see tomorrow. But that's all I have for my updates for today, and I will see you tomorrow at the end of day 4. Hi everyone, so I am coming to you from my beautiful bathroom. It's late again today, and this is the only place with good lighting in my studio apartment when it gets this late. But I want to update you guys. It is now day 4, and I just broke my fast. I'm actually really, really proud of myself, and I broke my fast for a good reason, so I'm gonna explain all that here in a minute. I just made it 4 days without eating anything and only drinking water. So I'm very happy. No coffee, which that was my big temptation this whole time. Still haven't had coffee yet, even though I broke my fast. But let me just recap the day for you and explain what led up to me breaking my fast early. So I woke up this morning and I was feeling good. I felt really well rested. Went to work and had plenty of energy. I wasn't feeling hungry anymore. I stayed really focused at work. It was an overall great day. My lips are no longer chapped. I know I mentioned that I was having some muscle aches. Those were still happening, not so much in my back today, but kind of in my tailbone area and my hip area. So I'm probably gonna do a yoga session tonight and just do like a hip opening yoga. to address that issue. Other than that, it was good. My senses were really heightened today. That is one huge difference I noticed. Anytime I was around food, even though physically I wasn't hungry today, mentally it was hard because the food smelled way more intense than normal, and so everything smelled so delicious, and it just got my mind going on how delicious those foods taste. And so that was kind of a struggle today. I like to taste food, I like to eat food, I enjoy it, and so yeah, it just made me think of how yummy and delicious these foods are that I was smelling, and visually seeing foods too, like just randomly on my Instagram feed or online. That was also hard because again, it just got my mind going. So mentally it was a little bit of a struggle today. Same thing with coffee. I mean, I've been struggling with that temptation this whole time. I'm really proud of myself that even though I just broke my fast, I didn't have coffee, because I can have coffee any time of the day, not just in the morning. Huge coffee drinker. So I'm doing good with that. That's a huge accomplishment. So I was feeling good all day. I left work at about 5 p.m. and went to my boyfriend's house because he's on a trip and I wanted to feed his fish because his fish is not on a water fast. So wanted to make sure the little guy had some food. So I went and I fed the fish, and I just decided to lay down on the couch because it was traffic time and I wanted to wait until the traffic died down before I left to go home. So I was just on the couch binge watching YouTube videos, you know how that goes, and was still feeling okay until I got up. When I got up from the couch to get ready to go, that's when I started to feel a little dizzy and lightheaded, and still I didn't think much of it because, you know, it happens all the time. You stand up too fast and you get a little bit dizzy. So went to my car, and as I was driving home, I just started to feel like a mini panic attack. Like my breathing was really becoming kind of fast, and my heart was beating fast, and I was getting kind of sweaty, and I just didn't feel right. On the way home, I started freaking out. I was like, is my blood sugar low? Am I about to pass out? Like, what's happening? And even on the way, like walking into my apartment, up the elevator, I felt like maybe I might pass out. But luckily I got into my apartment. I didn't pass out, thank goodness, because that would be totally embarrassing. I was like, okay, I need to check my blood sugar, and of course I went ahead and checked my ketones too, and blood sugar was good. It was actually a little bit higher than yesterday, which that made me feel good because I felt like yesterday my blood sugar was a little too low, so I'm glad that it raised quite a bit. But my ketones were at 3.3. So, I mean, it's not super concerning. If you're a diabetic, especially if you're type 1, if you get to 3.3, that's like serious. Like you have to seek medical attention basically if you're in that zone. But for fasting, it's fine. I was just a little concerned about it because my ketones have never been that high, and then with the symptoms I was having, I just needed to make an educated decision on if it was time to quit. And you know, for me, this is all about health, and if I feel like it's getting to a point where it's not healthy anymore, then I certainly don't want to keep going. And that's how I was feeling at that moment, and I just felt like it was time. It was time to break the fast. I was really afraid that I would pass out or maybe need to go to the emergency room, and I live by myself, so there's not many people that can just on the fly take me to an emergency room. I just decided this is the time I need to break my fast. I was kind of in a panic at that point because, I don't know, I was just a little scared. That's why I think it's important that you kind of have experience with this stuff before you just jump into a prolonged water fast, because you want to be really in tune with your body and kind of know what's right and what's wrong for it. I've kind of guinea pigged myself with different diets. I just know how to listen to my body and when I should keep going and when I should stop. That's how I decided to break my fast. I was in a little bit of a panic, so I grabbed the bone broth out of my fridge that I keep in there, and I just poured it in a pot to heat it up on the stove. But at the time, because I was panicked. I just felt like it wasn't heating up fast enough and that I really needed to get food in my body. I had a couple slices of cheese in the refrigerator and I ate those. It's not how I wanted to break my fast. I wanted to just strictly break it with bone broth, but that was just my mind kind of running and I was in panic mode. And I also warmed up some mackerel with some shirataki noodles, which is like a carbless noodle. And I cut up an avocado that I had. It just happened to be ripe. I ate that. It was just like a small avocado though, not a medium or large size. The mackerel and the shirataki noodles, I ended up really barely eating any of that because I was a little iffy putting too much solid food in my stomach too, because it can kind of not transition you well when you're breaking a fast. I just ate a few bites of that and that was it. I feel much better now. I checked my ketones again. They are down in the 2 range. I think it was like 2.6, 2.7, something like that. So I feel good about it. But overall, I'm really, really proud of myself. 4 days with only water, no coffee especially. That's a huge accomplishment for me. So I'm not gonna beat myself up about stopping it early, and matter of fact, I'm really proud of myself for doing what's best for my body. That's the most important thing. The whole reason why I'm doing this fast is for better health. I'm glad that I was able to follow my instincts and I feel great right now. Unfortunately, I have this all planned out, of course. You know, I was gonna do an update video of my body showing my results before I broke my fast, but obviously I can't do that now because I already broke it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to film a full day of eating tomorrow, showing what I'm gonna be eating as I come out of this fast. And I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna do strictly bone broth or add some solid foods in at some point. I probably will drink bone broth for most of my workday and then maybe ease into some solid foods at the end of the day. And then I'm also gonna film my results for tomorrow and weigh in tomorrow in the morning, and I will show you that. So I hope you all enjoyed the vlog of my 7-day water fast. Comment below if you have any questions for me, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified of when I post my full day of eating, and I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye everyone.